Alright, ladies and gentlemen, gamers of all kind, welcome back. It is currently Monday. It is a sad, sad day. But League came out with a new champion roadmap for April 2022. So I haven't read it. We're going to live react to it. I want to know what it's all about. And I saw something about UDYR in here, and I want to know what's happening. Because I thought with a lot of things in preseason that they teased that we'd be getting it either in preseason or at the start of the new season. It turns out that wasn't the case, and UDYR is a prime example of that. They said we would get UDYR early in this season. The year's almost halfway fucking up, so where the fuck is UDYR? Anyway, we got that. We got hopefully a new Void champion, then God knows what else after. It's a shame we started with Zeri, because Zeri we were supposed to get last year, you know, with the whole freaking Riot Arcane bullshit with Jinx and them. She was supposed to come out then, so she got pushed back. So now we're going to see if we're going to get a new AD this year, because Zeri is, for better or for worse, kind of a bruiser AD, but they're trying to push her to crit. But anyway, hopefully we get another new AD this year. Hopefully the UDYR rework is coming out, and we get some information about what else is happening. So let's see. So, check out the latest champion roadmap from Reeve, which is right here. So, let's read the one on Surrender at 20. It's better formatted. A powerful empress, a colorful stranger, UDYR, ASOL, holy shit, they forgot about him and now they remembered. Skarner, the guy who's getting the new rework for probably next year, hopefully, we'll see if that's going to be on time. And a new area of Shurima. Interesting. Guess what time it is? If you guess time for another champion roadmap, then pat yourself on the back, unless you read the title, like we did. But yes, it is time for another exciting edition of the League of Legends champion roadmap. In written form, this time, because as much as I love talking, which, if we click this, what does this bring us to? A video? Okay, this is the video for... When did this come out? January 7th. So this came out at the beginning of the year. So that's probably outdated at this point. Anyway. So as much as this guy loves talking, it's way easier to hide subtle teases in text, which makes these fun to write. But enough about me. I think it's easier to make a video, but whatever. Let's talk about what you all came here for, champions. It's been a little while since Renata Glass took to the Rift, and she fucking sucks unless she gets a really good ulti. Her ulti is basically like the whole part of her kit and the res. Anything else is kind of just whatever. In our last roadmap, I mentioned we were going to slow down new champion production a bit. Oh, and I've kind of felt it. We want to make sure every champion gets the time and attention they need before they're shipped. Well, I'd rather they ship broken than not fun. Even if that means we don't hit every position in a year, they're fucking ADC, watch. While we don't know exactly how many champions we'll release this year, it should be pretty similar to last year, also no AD. That being said, we think the champions currently in development are pretty exciting. This is the shit I hate that they do. Of course they're going to say they're exciting. They're not going to say, oh, we think they're pretty boring. Oh, I like rum raisin. Like, of course they're not going to say that. And that's exactly why we're here to talk about, or what we're here to talk about. I'll also go over a couple VGUs, a couple? Wait, more than one. As well as a new project we're trying out called a comprehensive gameplay update. So I'm pretty sure those are the mid-scope updates that they gave Caitlyn and Janna. Or not even Caitlyn they gave an ASU. That they gave Janna. And they're going to give Swain and Olaf now. And Talia, I believe. But I don't remember Talia's yet. But anyway. I know another acronym, but I promise we're not adding more just to see how many of you can keep track of. But on that below. So let's get into it. A whole new world. Don't you dare close your eyes. So the Champions team has something coming soon. God, thank fuck. Something beautiful, something inevitable, something foretold. Is it the Void event for the summer? The one thing that might be keeping me alive in this mortal world is to see what new skins come out in League in the new event. A new skirmisher for all those jungle players, yep, the Void jungler. Out there, a new Empress to submit to, and you will submit. Oh, I'm sure the Rule 34 artists will. Those who do so willingly will be rewarded by becoming part of the ever-expanding Lavender Sea, crashing like waves against the enemy's defensive structures. So she's a sieger. Interesting. So is she a split-pushing jungler? Give in to your Empress and let her feed on your essence so you may become part of the new evolution of Runeterra. And as an added bonus, if you succumb to her, You will also bear witness to her true elegance, her true beauty. Oh my god, we're gonna see her naked. And the true face of the void, which is basically just the Watchers with her giant Vel'Kozes. Who wouldn't want that? Oh, I know I would. I already submitted in January, and while there wasn't cake, it was still a good time, so what are you all waiting for? And I'm assuming this is part of her splash, so she looks like she has a tendril similar to... I mean, that kind of looks like Evelyn related, but Evelyn's not Void, so... I don't know. I don't know what else that could really look like. Maybe Velcro tentacles, but who knows. A joyous occasion. Next up, the Champions team would love for all of you to join us down at the Oyster Bill's Oyster Shack. Is that Bilgewater? Grab some of the best oysters in all of Runeterra while you listen to one of the Oyster Bill's tall tales. In fact, just last night we stopped by and saw the place was a wreck. Oh boy. Tables smashed, bottles broken, strange glowing puddles all over the place. Is this the support or... No, wait, we just got a support. Fuck, we're probably not going to get any new, like, bot lane champions for a while, for, like, the rest of the year. According to Oyster Bill, it was caused by a colorful but deadly stranger who came to Runeterra from a land across the sea. Camivore? He claimed some Noxians were getting rowdy and one of them accidentally knocked over the stranger's oysters. The colorful one laughed a most joyous laugh as they stood up from their table. The Noxian looked confused at first, then thinking the stranger was making fun of her, got in their face. The rest of her warband stood to join her, grabbing their weapons, and then mist suddenly filled the restaurant. Oyster Bill said all he heard was joyous laughter and the sound of splashing water. This sounds like Fizz. This sounds like they're gonna have a taunt of some sort. It's reminding me of Sona's ult. When the mist cleared, all 10 of the heavily armed and armored Noxians were dead? Oh my god, they killed them! We laughed as we always do when Bill tells one of his famous stories. Sure, it was just a random bar fight that caused the mess, but that's not nearly as exciting. When one of the other customers doubted the story, Bill doubled down on his claim that it was true, and that the mysterious stranger was in fact living in a room above his restaurant. He said that if any of us wanted to go talk to them ourselves, we were welcome to. So I'm curious, they're not saying if it's a boy or a girl, so it might be like Monster-esque. We passed that night, but who knows? Maybe if you join us next time, we can go and see if the stranger from the land of 1,000 colors is real or not. Well, they got me interested. Holy shit. This might be a mid laner. This sounds like a mid laner. Sounds very cool. Oyster Bill. Alright, here we go. Finally, fucking UDYR. Holy shit. There isn't much to say about UDYR that wasn't covered in our last update. And when was this last update exactly? Let's see this bullshit. 3 months ago. 3 months ago. And this shit's still not out. He's a big boy hanging out in the Freljord wilds, communing with spirit animals, yada yada. Base UDYR is finished at this point, and now we are focusing on his skin catalog with most of the team working on Spirit Guard, because it is an ultimate. We really want to pour a lot of love and attention into that skin with it being an ultimate, as they should, because now new people might buy it. One of the goals for Spirit Guard is to keep some of the essence of old UDYR, so that will do by representing the time he spent training in Ionia. So they're kind of flipping the whole thematic, right? So original UDYR is kind of going to the ultimate skin, and the ultimate skin now is going to the new base, basically. The new base is essentially like what Spirit Guard kind of looks like now. So anyway, let's see. So we will also use the same animals as pre-VGU UDYR, Tiger, Bear, Turtle, and Phoenix for the ultimate. We want Spirit Guard to immortalize his old animal forms while also cranking them up to 11. I don't want to spoil everything, but I will leave you with concept art with an early model of his Spirit Guard skin before he channels any of the animals. I thought this was his fucking base, honestly. I thought this was his base. I did not know this was Spirit Guard. It looks basically the same. It doesn't look like they're working too hard on it. What, they gave him a ponytail and they added polygons to his muscles? Wow. And he doesn't look like he's wearing freaking pizza shoes anymore. That's good. Oh, let's talk about this one. Let's talk about this one. All they need to do, they already took away the movement speed from the E if you go in the same direction. They took away, like, the nuke ulti. The biggest thing they took away that they need to add back is the toggle W. If they toggle the W again, ASOL is basically okay. He's not great, but he's okay. Let's talk about ASOL, or as I like to call him A-hole. Back when we announced the Starforger, a lot of you were super hyped for his release. Yeah, because look at him. He's literally one of the most powerful champions lore-wise. He's a giant dragon the size of a universe that creates universes. He created the universe. He's a god. Like, come on. Anyway, and he's the spiritual successor to freaking the guy who UDYR was gonna fight or whatever. Ao Shin. I believe it's Ao Shin. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Ao Shin. Anyway, so hype that he had one of our highest purchase rates on day 1. Tons of you really loved and wanted to play a gigantic, arrogant Star Dragon. Unfortunately, we didn't really deliver on a gameplay kit that matched the excitement. No, I think you did it. It was just the really good players took advantage of it. As most of you dropped him after just a few games, yeah, because he was really hard. He had a learning curve, which a lot of people don't understand. His play rate plummeted to one of the lowest. So he was the highest bought champion, and then he was the lowest used. Well, he has been ever since. That said, he still comes up in the top 10 most liked visuals. Yeah, because look at him. He's insane. Whenever we do champion surveys, even though his gameplay always ends up near the very bottom of the list. That is such a crazy dynamic. How, like, he's so liked visually, and I would also argue lore-wise. Like, everything besides his gameplay is, like, top tier, and then his gameplay is just garbo. But it's pretty sad. Oh my god, I hope they make him good. Let's see. We've tried some small tweaks to ASOL, but when we discussed what we should do to help him out, we came to the consensus that we should just start his gameplay over from scratch. As long as they keep the stars, I guess. We didn't think patching up his kit with small changes would deliver on his promised thematic fantasy, so we decided to try a new type of champion update, a CGU, a comprehensive gameplay update. The goal of CGU is to update gameplay for 2 types of champions. Those that have high-quality art and narrative, like ASOL, but whose gameplay doesn't quite deliver on their fantasies, or champions with more complicated gameplay issues that can't be solved by changing 1 or 2 abilities, like the small adjustments to Tahm Kench we were able to accomplish, which I would argue didn't really accomplish, they just changed them to a support. We then rebuild the champion's kit from scratch with the same model, theme, and narrative. ASOL will be the first champion to go through a CGU, interesting, not Janna or Swain or Talia or Olaf. And if you're happy with the results, we may look at other champions that fall into these categories in the future. I actually like that Riot is doing this. They're going back and they're touching up old champions that just don't really work. And I want to know what the difference is between, like, a VGU versus an ASU. I guess, or not ASU. VGU is everything. ASU is just art. CGU, I guess, is just kit. But how is the Talia, Olaf, and Swain changes not a CGU? But whatever. Anyway, back to ASOL. Our goal is to give the Space Puppy, and I hate when they call him that, an entirely new kit with massive changes similar to VGUs like Urgot or Sans, while making sure it's still thematically cohesive to who he already is. We want to emphasize his dragon fantasy, as we don't think he currently delivers on that part. You know why I think they're doing this? They want to sell an ASOL skin so badly to freaking Asian people, because that's all who they cater to for the most part, because their Asian audience brings them so much money. And I think, like, they can't really sell an ASOL skin because he fucking sucks. But if they make him, like, casual friendly, so many people will want to buy a skin for him, and they could make so many more skins for him. He can be a big money person for them. I think that has to be in their minds. There's no way. We also think that the Star Forging gameplay will be both spectacular to see and more intuitive to play. While things can always change, we're currently targeting sometime at the end of this year, thank God, to get improved ASOL in your hands. We really hope he'll finally deliver on the fantasy we're all excited about. I wonder what the ASOL mans are going to say when it comes out. I'm really curious to see. But anyway, I guess we're going to Skarner now. Let's talk about the champion that won the VGU poll, Skarner. We haven't yet officially started on his VGU. It will start extremely soon, hopefully, once they finish fucking UDYRs, because we've been on that for how long. But that sure didn't stop Larry Bravo Ray from doing some high-level sketches for inspiration. Bravo Ray is a huge fan of Skarner. What a loser. I'm joking. And couldn't help himself, so I thought it would be worth sharing some of his explorations. So let's look at this shit. So I see they've included some wings here. That is fucking terrifying. This one looks like new Skarner, but more rectangular. This looks like erect Skarner. This looks regular. This looks cool. This one right here looks cool. This one looks like fat Skarner. I don't know what the fuck these are. This one looks weird. The one on the right here looks weird. The bottom ones look cool as fuck, though. I think the bottom middle one is like a machine, sort of. What the hell? I think these are robots. What the fuck? Weird. Anyway, the first 2 rows are attempts to keep Skarner's theme pretty much the same as live while making him more unique to League's roster, which it shows. The 3rd row contains exploration of a full reboot of the Brackern, Ew. It explores them as ancient protectors of the old Shuriman civilization before it was lost to the sand. The idea that they are constructs built from crystals housing thousands of elite warriors' souls. I do not get that vibe at all. The last row is an exploration of a version of Skarner where his current lore is continued. We haven't committed to this yet, but those versions he has captured by Piltover and experimented on in order to create a Hextech Guardian they can control. So that's where we get the machine parts from. He regains his memories, escapes Piltover, and is now hellbent on destroying the city? What the fuck? And now he has sweet Hextech augments to help him do it. Piltover will soon have a taste of their own medicine. So he's like the Warwick of fucking Piltover. What the hell? Keep in mind, these are all super early ideas coming out of Bravo Ray's crazy head. Yeah, I bet he was getting paid a lot for this shit. Shortly after we officially start work on Skarner, we'll do bigger dev blog with a lot more information. Yeah, just like they're doing for UDYR. An outro. Well, that's about it today. Hope you're all excited about the upcoming champions and about champion updates as I am. I'm more excited for the champion updates, honestly. Look out for another roadmap later this year where I will cover the Pride of Nazuma, a new high-skill top lane tank from a region of Shurima that hasn't been seen yet. Oh, shit. This looks kind of crazy. This looks like Papercraft almost. I see this as like Papercraft. So we're getting a Shuriman top lane tank. I don't think we really have one besides... Well, actually, no, we do. We have a couple. Anyway, pretty good. Pretty good champion roadmap. I want to know when UDYR is coming out, and that wasn't really answered. But at least we have good news for ASOL players. Potentially. Hopefully they don't ruin it. I hope you guys enjoyed me going over the roadmap. If you want to see more, please tell me. Like, favorite, subscribe, share to your friends. I hate working, and I'd love to make YouTube and Twitch my full-time shit. So, hope you enjoyed. I'm out of here.